My name is John Ike, and I am the director for Ebun, short film.
My name is Lucio Igboche, but you can call me Abena. I am the producer and executive producer of the film Ebun.
How short Charlie take two?
Ebun is about the story of a young deaf girl in Nigeria that is longing to hear. I really love to be. I'm one person that likes to be a voice for the voiceless, right? I've made a couple of films that is one about autism, one about suicide, and this is for the deaf. And I remember a senior colleague of mine, my boss, told me, "Hey, why not make a movie for the deaf?" And I found it fascinating. I was like, "Okay, I think I need to think about this." I got home, drafted the script, and my first draft, I reached out to Abena, and she was like, "This is lovely. I think we should go for it." And that was it for me.
Oh yeah, so when John gave me he told me he was going to give me a script, I was on set. So immediately he spoke about the whole deaf thing. The first person I called was my sister. Because my secondary school, they had a lot of deaf people. And she used to come home then to like give me stories about them. So I called someone in Abuja too, and the person was like, "Oh, I have this politician that is deaf." So I started talking to the politician, and we had like a lot of conversations. Then I was just on TikTok. I met Esther on TikTok. I sent her a message, and she told me both parents are deaf too. And yeah, then I started sending stuff to John, like reels, videos. Then we found out, oh, there's a deaf church, church for deaf people too in Lagos, and yeah, it was just basically that.
It was at first we wanted to cast a deaf person, but she was overage. So we had to look for I think we did casting auditions. We sent out casting auditions and a couple of people applied and we selected Annabelle. There was a training for Annabelle, which Esther helped to. Esther's parents are more like they're deaf, and a lot of her friends, most of her friends are in that space too. So she reached out to the actor. They had like personal trainings, and I pointed out how I wanted the actor to act. I want how she should portray the emotions and everything. And I showed them a couple of movie references. Was it The Silent Child, Shape of Water? And they watched it, and Esther was able to help, I think, fine-tune Annabelle to be able to portray those signs. Majority of them, it was first from the story. They liked the story. So it was a story that really, they were like, "You know what, John, let's do this. Let's do this." And I remember there were some parts of the script, especially with Susan. Susan played the role of the mother. Especially with Susan, she was like, "See, you know what? I love this script. Please, there's a part of this script that I feel is missing. Please give me a sign language for I love you, because I want to use that to communicate to my daughter. I want to interact with my daughter, and I feel I love you needs to be in the script." And they were all inclusive. Susan down to the crew and everyone on set, they were all inclusive.
I mean, yeah, like the whole support, my PM, AD, Colin, "Oh, I think you should put this, you should that." The cinematographers were like 100. Everybody wanted to tell the story. It felt like it was a story they've not seen and they want to watch it somehow. So yeah, they were all very supportive. Yeah, I would say yes, but I mean, I've really not seen. I've really not seen. Maybe we have like young filmmakers or other filmmakers that do the film and just put it in festivals. But yeah, I think yes. I mean, as an artist, you should be able to express yourself in any form. So yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay. For me, I would say I've really not seen a film that's where a disabled person or more like a handicapped person is like the lead character, or the film revolves around disability in Nollywood. But majority of the times I've seen them in festivals, documentary festivals, festivals in Nigeria, where you see young filmmakers that are trying to, I mean, change the narrative, bring out a new narrative, to see life from a different point of view, to see life from, to talk about societal issues that we face on a daily. So they are the ones that come up with stories like this. And majority, some of our festivals in Nigeria carry them, the likes of AFRIF and IREP documentary film festivals. Yeah. It was, we had a couple of meetings with the sound guy. The film is sound heavy. So we had a couple of meetings with the sound guy and described to him what I wanted. We want to make people enjoy sound, enjoy silence, let me put it that way. We want them to dislike hearing. So I discussed with him and asked him, how do we describe, or how do we make the audience feel, how do we go into her head and hear the way she hears? And we have to, it has to be on the, it has to show, we have to see it, right? Yeah, we are seeing the visuals, but the sound has to communicate that. And we had a couple of, when we went for Reiki, did a couple of tests there, and he sent some of the things he worked on, and I was like, okay, I think we can move on to the next stage. And then we got to the production time. We did the shoots, and we are currently in the post-production now. So majority of the effects, the sound and everything is really going to reflect in the post, and this post stage is going to carry all of that, and that's what we are trying to. The sound guy was really top notch. Let me put it that way. He's top notch.
Yes, yes. We before now we spoke about having doing a documentary, and if possible getting like an investor or investment to work on a feature length film.
So the aim for this is we want this to be more to society to be more inclusive. Like how do I put it? That if you notice, you go to churches. I remember having a discussion with Abena, and she told me, oh, there's somebody that she had a discussion with, and he says he doesn't go to church, that he believes God. And she was like, why? He said, if he goes to church, he hears nothing, but he believes God. He has faith in God. He believes God, and it's for the society to accept this, right?
Yeah.
To accept this. You go to restaurants, you go to the hypermarkets. How inclusive can these things be for people with disabilities? I mean, when you go to some hypermarket, you see a step, and then you see a place where a person with a wheelchair can also go into. So these things can be inclusive. We just have to take it one step at a time.